Brenton, you know I'm twice as nice. We're back, baby. It is the Republic of Hip Hop, the drop, Hip Hop Uncensored. Today I have with me 012's greatest DJ, producer. Listen, I got DJ ENZO with me in the building.
What's going on?
What do you do, baby?
Chill. Can't complain.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence for the first episode of season 2. How do you feel?
I feel blessed.
Yes.
I feel very lucky.
You
I
are.
feel honored to be here.
It's so good to have you. Now, let's get right into it. Well, I mean, I know you, and there's like other couple of people who also know you as well. But for those who don't, describe yourself. Who is DJ ENZO?
Yo, DJ ENZO is one of the leading hip-hop DJ brands in Pretoria. Been doing for a couple of years. Top sets, top music.
Pioneer.
Yeah, number ones. Have a lot of number ones.
So, speaking of number ones, you started DJing Go UJ, right?
Yes, that's true.
And that's just basically how you came into the journey of the music industry. So what inspired you or what motivated you to be like, okay, you know what, let me learn how to DJ. Let me get into this specific creative space.
To be honest, like, people find my story kind of weird because it was a mistake. I always liked music, but I never thought I'd DJ. I only started DJing because I was going with a friend of mine to, like, you see UJ and Vitz at the time, like 10 years ago or whatever, they had like DJ societies. So he wanted to DJ.
You wanted to be the it guy.
Yeah, he wanted to be the guy. So like now, I was coupling the guy every day to go learn. And I was spending a lot of time in there. So I was like, I might as well learn as well. Then I caught it really quickly.
And you know what? The one thing that I love about your story is the fact that from the moment that you learned how to DJ, you went on to teach other people how to DJ.
Yeah, because it was like an academy thing. Obviously, you do like your year and stuff, and you learn, and then you pass the baton after that. So like the next year, you're teaching the first years or whatever. You do your parts, and then you move out.
So what's your most memorable memory of that specific phase in your life? Because I feel like every single move you make has an effect on your career, and that's why you are one of the biggest, greatest DJs we have right now. So what's your best memory of that time of having to pass on the baton?
Yo, my greatest memory. I'd say like when I made the switch from house to hip hop. So I used to play house in the beginning, but since I'm from Pitori, I'm a deep house guy. Then I was at UJ, and they were busy with DJ Sindo and DJ Cleo at the time. So I couldn't fit in. So instead of playing all that stuff, no offense, instead of playing all that stuff, I just decided, let me just switch to hip hop. And then that like really took off after that.
Okay, so would you say, Hore, your switch is one of the reasons you got into the Red Bull competition?
Yes.
So you get into the Red Bull competition, and you are up there with the top. Were you surprised, or were you just one of those people who are like, I can do this?
No, I wasn't surprised because like I said, when I started learning, I'd go to all the parties, and I was that guy in the front row watching.
So you'd observe.
And then I realized by that time I'm at home. I'm not actively DJing like out in the clubs. I'm just DJing by myself in a dark room. By that time I go there, I watch everyone playing, Milkshake, whoever, I just watch them, and then I can see, I'm the same guy, or I'm even better.
I love that you say you're even better, because now, you know how as creatives, there's always people in studio or like yes men. Did you have those?
Yes man.
Yeah, like who tell you, even when you were starting out, hey dog, like you're fire.
No.
Or were you just alone all the time?
Like I'm Ferrari ENZO. How many Ferraris do you see on the streets? I'm alone.
So that not even scare you, Uri. There's nobody telling you, dog, improve on this, improve on that. Like you just told yourself.
Like I said,
so basically, it was self-made win.
Not even. I get it, Joe. Like if you grow up listening to music, and you grow up listening to DJs especially, you actually know how you're supposed to sound like. You in terms of technique,
Okay.
I'd say not music per se, but like technique. You know how you sound like, and then when you spend a lot of time in a dark room, getting your 10,000 hours in, when you go out, you don't need anyone to say
because you refined your skill.
You know.
Okay, I want to get into this now. When you got your first gig, you know, a lot of the time DJs do riders and they don't get paid. They'll either get a rider or like they'll get a free meal or maybe a collab with a certain artist. What was your due that you had to pay for your first gig?
My first gig, I think I made like 500 rands.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
For a DJ back then. What you know, say,
Not even, like a friend of mine booked me.
Oh.
For like his 21st or
Okay.
whatever. That was like the first time I'm out.
Because most DJs don't even get paid for their first gigs.
Most DJs are just starving.
At least you said it. At least you're the one that said it.
You know what's the thing, bruh? Like, so if, no offense, but like if you're starving.
No, it's uncensored. Say whatever the shit you want to
like,
say.
if you're starving, you'll take anything.
Yeah. But
Like
also,
sometimes
you need to
you
know
must
that
be
you're
willing
good. Isn't the whole
Yeah, that's
point?
the thing.
You need to know how to joke and my talent has a price tag on
So
it.
with that gig, that was the first time I got like that 5 clipper. Then I was like, okay, shit. If someone's willing to give me 5 clipper,
Then
how? That means, yeah, I'm doing the things. And then, then stumbled on a place called Liquid Chefs. And then I think my first gig there, I played after Lulo Cafe. Then I killed that shit. Then obviously I'm like, I'm out here.
and hip hop was one of the greatest, like the biggest genres even in clubs at that time.
Yeah, it was on.
So no who knew.
It was on. And everyone that was at UJ and Vitz, who was in the Red Bull
Pull
Campus
up.
Clash, what are the top tier DJs now. That's when we met each other.
Hectic.
Like all of us.
Like all of you guys.
All of us.
Well, at least now there's that thing of like you can see who's actually like top 5.
Yeah, and that's like, especially like the Joburg guys, we all came from there. And that's because that school was like a bit different. Like, it was very strict. And so it was basically, I think I paid 70 rands for the whole year just to learn how to DJ.
70 rand.
So like first week was like a bunch of us. I'm talking about like maybe.
And then people obviously flunk out.
Yeah. But when you have like lecturers that are like hardcore,
Only the strongest
that
survive.
tell you the feeling. Come show us what I taught you yesterday. And then you go there and we don't use headphones. And you're in a room with everybody. So a lot of people be like, no, can we do this one-on-one? They're like, nah, none of that.
Because also when you DJ, you don't DJ on.
Exactly. And then when they tell you, oh, you can't remember what you learned yesterday, it's you're wasting our time. So like
The pressure
so
though.
by like 4 months in, the best of the best were in there. Everybody, Hudson, everybody, Slick, Radix.
Okay, this is quite a lot to take in because that means you guys are very brave, hey? And you knew this was your calling, né? So moving from your first gigs to production, when did you decide, Hore, I want to get into production? Because you're at a level where now, the moment you drop, your songs have stars on Apple Music. And when your songs have stars, people take you seriously. Like, people are paying to listen to you.
I'm not on the charts yet, though. I'm getting there. Getting there. But in terms of the music, I decided like 5 years ago.
That you want to get into production. Yeah. So you decided 5 years ago that you want to get into production. And then fast forward to your EP, yeah? The Speed Test. What inspired Speed Test?
As the name suggests, Speed Test, I'm testing the speed as a Ferrari. So I want to see
how far you can get.
Besides that, how well the music will do. Okay. So it's like a test. It's like a litmus test. So I want to see how blue the stick gets.
Oh, so like you're testing the waters to see if you can do it or not, if it works out.
And it's not an album, so it's not a what. That's why I'm not really like strict on like just big artists or whatever. I just use anyone, whoever's dope. It's like my first song was with Folka.
That's what. That's
And
what.
Foka was like,
Dude.
not this Foka.
He was that Foka. And which comes into why I wanted to ask Hori, how did you come to selecting who you want? And it makes me now understand, Hori, you have a very good ear when it comes to artists. Because every single artist on every single song that you have is very specific. In the sense that even Ko Ilozi and Jill, the artists aren't like blow up artists, but it's like I see them becoming as big as Foka. You understand what I'm saying? So do you go with their talent, or if you the energy or your ear with how they write their music, or what goes into picking who?
To be honest, it only starts with me liking the guy.
Energies.
So like with Foka, even though at the time I didn't know him personally, I heard North Ting. He had a song called North Ting. I was like, damn, this song's so dope.
Okay.
You get me? I gotta work with this guy, and I like the song. So when I like someone's song and I'm playing that shit when I'm driving,
and you're bumping and you're just like,
I
whoa.
obviously want to work with this guy.
Okay. So
I don't usually just look who's buzzing on Twitter and just work on that, because you know these things are rigged.
But also, not everybody is on Twitter, and I think that's the biggest misconception, is that people think that everybody or every single hip-hop fan is on Twitter, and that's not the case.
Yes.
Which is why, like, when I see the stars on your songs, I'm like, Joe, Twitter does not recognize you, and I feel like you deserve to get your flowers now before Oba Bonsama Sepama Siras.
But life doesn't work like that.
Unfortunately.
Life doesn't work like that. And like obviously when I drop a song, I look at my Apple Music and I wait for the star. And like when it's morning and I have a star at like 9:30,
bro,
I'm like, yo, I'm moving. And I look at everyone who's dropped on the day and I'm like, they're the ones with the record deals and they don't have a star by midday. I'm like,
you know the game is rigged though.
rigged.
One thing that people don't know about you is the fact that your tweets, you have a very humorous personality on Instagram and Twitter, right? So one of the things that were very, I don't want to say odd, but let's say unique about you, is that you said that you, before you get into the R&B genre, you want to get your heart broken first.
Yes.
Why? Like, why does it have to be a heartbreak? Like, why do you have to cry?
I need content.
But you can get like happy content, club content.
The thing is, I try not to cap in the music, so I try to make my music match my actual life. So
Okay,
like when
you want it to be authentic.
So when you hear something like Jiggle and it's talking about those things are actually happening.
Oh.
You understand?
Okay.
Either with me or with those
The artist.
But it must match in. I can't drop a R&B tape and like.
You're not coishing.
I'm not coishing. I'm not even dating anyone. I'm just a man. I'm Ferrari ENZO.
Speaking of which, we're trying to get you. We need an album from you or a mixtape. So, ladies, he is single. He's looking for some bory.
Not looking.
Oh, hectic! You said you were looking off air.
No. I didn't say I was looking. I was just saying, hey, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break.
You're saying too many things at the same time. You don't know.
Yeah, I was saying I'm taking a break because some of us have been dating, like we've been, and we've never gotten like a break.
Okay.
That's why I was talking about like my window period. It's very short.
Okay, so let's say you find someone and then everything works out. Are you gonna use that content as well, like the good positive energy to make another?
So let's say the EP's 5 tracks long. The first 2 will be about the love life. Né?
Okay.
Third track, by the time I'm making the third track, that's when I bomb out in the relationship. I literally do shika for content for the last 2 tracks. Those last 2 tracks must be cohesion tracks.
So you just need to cohesion content.
I need content.
Hi, like we're not gonna listen. Okay, so right now, we are living in a very tough time. COVID is here, social distancing and stuff like that. How have you been able to cope? Because I know that you have been on stages like BET, you have been on YFM, you have been on different radio stations, you have been on 5. So how are you, surviving this tough time? Because DJs aren't getting as much gigs as they normally would, and promoters aren't willing to be paying as much as they're supposed to or were paying artists?
I'm gonna say something very unpopular. Nah? Savings. You can see the way I'm dressed. Unmarked clothing, no Gucci.
You're not
no
starving.
What. Yeah, it's not about that. So like when you build reserves, you can take 6 months without income or whatever and whatever. And when you have a good support system like your home or whatever, you are cool. So yeah, you do run into problems where the income's not coming in as fast as it should, but slow money is better than no money at the end of the day.
So are you one of those work on a budget type of guys?
Yeah, not really work on a budget, but like I definitely know how much money is coming in, how much is going out. And everything that goes out without me planning, I actually know.
You know, one thing I love is the fact that you're spitting facts, and the misconception about the entertainment industry is that when you make money, blow it off because you can make even more money than you did without really thinking about things like COVID.
Yeah.
So would you say that if creators in the hip hop and not even just hip hop industry in the entertainment industry use the same logic that you use, they wouldn't be starving, they wouldn't have to go back home, sell their cars and all those things?
I think so, but like, it's a double-edged sword because you actually, in entertainment especially, you need to look like the guy you're trying to become. You understand? So like sometimes you can't really just be wearing busted up shoes and whatever and just saying, you can't look like J. Cole in South Africa. Let me just say, no offense. Can't look like J. Cole.
Yo, it's okay. I get you though.
You have to look like the less.
Ooh.
Especially if you're a rapper. You have to look the part.
Mara, is the cost worth it though? I don't think it's worth it, to be quite honest. Look at Reese.
Yeah, but Reese is smart. Reese is an actual celebrity. So like that's the thing. Another thing some people miss in the industry. They want to double up as socialites. So like I always say, like I'm a DJ number one and I do DJ stuff with incredible DJ skills. It's not about my drip or whatever. It's not about being seen. I know it's like counterintuitive and a lot of people tell me, no, but you have to be in the clubs to get booked. No. And then I'm like,
you gotta be known, popularity, content vibes.
But there's other things that, and I always tell them, especially as promoters, I tell them, you guys don't see Nasty C every day, but you're still booking him.
True.
Or you don't see whoever.
Black Coffee. And they pay $1 million for him.
Exactly. So it's like one of those things where as an artist, DJ, whatever, you have to do other things that facilitate your craft, that make you relevant, even when people don't see you. Because as everyone has seen, COVID hits, the clubs close. Okay, now you guys are sitting home. You're not visible now.
Nobody's seeing you.
No one's seeing you.
True.
That's why the rest of us are emptying our vaults. So like there's guys that don't have music at all. They were scrambling, I'm sure. And then they look at me weird when I tell them Closy's a year old when I dropped it.
Yo.
They think like...
We all thought it was... You probably did it within a week.
Nah, they think I run to studio and I look for song and no. Some of the stuff I've been dropping like the past 5 months is like a year old, 8 months old.
Really?
The stuff I'm making now is for...
You're pretty smart yourself too.
I try.
You're pretty smart yourself too. And speaking of being seen, ENZO, when are you dropping visuals? Can we expect visuals?
Not yet. Without a deal. Not yet.
Why?
Something also that's unpopular. I'm running a business. You get me? So like if I drop a song and it's not paying for the video, why should I shoot the video?
You have a good point.
So like for a fan, I should be shooting a video, but a fan doesn't know that I'm gonna have to facilitate that drop. So like when you drop music, you must have a certain budget for it to move it. So like now I'm gonna have to have more budget to move a video. Otherwise I'm gonna shoot a video and it's just gonna be on my YouTube and I'm gonna get 500 views.
And it's not gonna get the money that you took out to actually do it.
So I'd rather take the video money and make more music. Okay. Like Reese.
AKA also said the exact same thing.
When last did you see a Reese video? Meanwhile and Honeydew. After that, I think the last video you saw him on was on DJ Slick's record.
That's true.
That's because he's pumping out the music. He's not trying to look fresh for you guys. He's pumping.
He's making money. One thing I love is the calculated mindset that you have. You know what I'm saying? Your numbers need to make sense for you. And AKA also said the same thing because people were asking him when he's dropping videos for certain sounds, and he's like, "Dog, that's my third album. I'm not about to be dropping videos for my third album. I have the money already. I'm not going to, reinvest it in something that's not going to make me more money."
Yeah, you're gonna waste it.
Very, very true. So, what can we expect from you? Mixes vibes on which radio stations can we expect you to play?
Mixes on radio stations. Ish. Not so much. Not that I have anything against them. I do, dabble sometimes. It's just too much trouble.
Why is it too much trouble?
Clean edits. The what's.
Too much admin.
Yeah.
So you're at office.
DJing in a room by yourself.
You're boring. So you want to DJ? You want to DJ? You want to DJ in front of people?
Yes.
Okay. So you want to feed off the energy.
Yeah.
But also my thing is, no, the COVID times. I mean, everything is just so digitized. We like to interact with body mixes.
I've been struggling. But I've been struggling. And you can't even record mixes to put out because soon enough you get bored.
Yeah.
Because you're alone, like I said. Now you have to get drunk and then record a mix. And then halfway through, you lose enthusiasm.
You are the perfect definition of uncensored. I want to say this with my chest. You're the first guest I've had who's been actually honest. You know what I'm saying? About yourself, your brand, and how you even move. You don't even front and try to say, no, it's coming, no. Like, you're very upfront about your business. And I appreciate that. And I think that's what a lot of people will why a lot of people will gravitate to you. So, speaking of gravitation, where can people follow you? Twitter, Instagram? Or where can also people book you?
Enzo, let's go on everything. So, on Twitter, Instagram, Mixit, Mig33, everything. Enzo, let's go.
WeChat to go?
Yeah, everything. Everything. And then to book me, bookings at djenzo.co.za. Yeah, in terms of where you can catch me, this weekend I'm going to be in Pitori, Harangua, Hatfield, I think. Sosha, short left.
You're the first DJ I've ever heard Harangua.
Oh, Wajo, there's a bunch.
So, you are the first. Because most of them either go to Hatfield or they go to town. And very few buy the Hamanskral or Harangua, Mabopan.
You need a visa there. No offense.
Also, the heat. The heat doesn't sit. No, but you don't need a visa. It's not that far. It's not that far. Stop hating on Ami Town, okay? It's one of the dopest places you ever go.
Yeah, the first girl that broke my heart was from there, so that's why.
Bona, uwinisa TV.
That's why I give
Kela thing uwinisa TV.
Let me down, always.
Thank you so much for pulling through.
Is it over already?
Yeah. So I don't. Unless if you want to ask me questions,
No.
I'm really glad you don't want it to be over.
Yeah, the people can expect more music.
I'm actually more excited for your more music because one of my favorite gems is the Hauki Idlozi. Because I'm not a Chakrahan, but I'm very spiritual, and for someone that loves hip hop, I connected with it on that level.
Yeah, and that was the plan with that song because that song was supposed to be for mass appeal. That's why it had vernacular, and the what do you call? The content of the song was for mass appeal and everything, and
I think also
that was supposed to be from my radio single.
And also, we could relate to it because the time you dropped it, it was still when lockdown was still fresh, and a lot of us lost hope, we're seeing flames. You understand what I'm saying? Dude, everybody, a lot of people lost their parents, family members, siblings. It was very, very hectic, and for you to be you know what? It was don't worry about it, sweetheart.
So it was supposed to be my jam.
And it is.
It almost became my jam.
But we need to get that on radio because people need to stop. But
Ish, radio is rigged.
But we all know Payola is a thing.
So it's not that easy.
But also my thing is they're killing the culture. But kind of what did Ricky say? Fuck radio, we have the internet.
Ish, you still need radio. The
Sure.
internet, you can drop a song on the internet, it's a cool song, but like on radio, it's a cool song and a check.
Okay. I have a game there that I play with my guests whenever they're about to leave, whatever. Okay? You need to pick between the two.
Okay.
You can't pick two. You can't say no. You cannot answer, and you need to be as honest as you can.
I'll try.
Don't such a team. You've been doing so well this whole time. Such a team.
We can do it.
You honestly. Okay. Jiggle, idlozi, or drip. Pick one.
You said jiggle, closey, or drip. Jiggle.
Why?
Yo, the groove on that.
Yeah, but
when
like,
I finally got it back when I finally got my master, I played that song 100 times in a day.
Okay.
Just grooving, just listening.
Okay. Benchmark or Tuli stock?
Bedrock.
No, but also Donna Pitori. So.
Never mind that. Like they actively pursuing.
Okay. Okay. The Jägermeister or blue. What's this? Red Bull.
Jägermeister or Red Bull?
Playing at the Jägermeister event or Red Bull event?
Jägermeister event.
Why?
I played it Into the Woods once. No, I had like it was cold.
Wait, Into the Woods,
Yeah.
like
It's-
forest.
Yeah, they had an event called Into the Woods. I think, yeah. It was cold. It was winter. It was cold. There was like bonfires. It was cool, and we were using like the Jaeger to warm us up. And shots were 1 cent.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Jaeger shot was 1 cent. It was crazy. So Jaeger.
Okay, here's the last one. Tato Soul or Focalistic?
Tato Soul.
Why?
Yo, Tato
I
Soul.
thought you were gonna
just-
pick Foca.
Look.
I legit thought you were gonna pick
Look,
Foca.
the official answer is Foca, but Foca is not really hip hop anymore.
Okay.
Gav. So
But he still raps.
yes, he does, but he's not really hip hop anymore. So he's cool, but Tato Soul is just crazy.
Okay.
Look out, I might be dropping stuff, but he's crazy.
So that's an exclusive again.
Maybe.
I can't do it as well.
Joe, I don't even give warnings. Tomorrow you might wake up and I dropped something. I don't give warnings.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't give warnings.
Thank you so much for pulling through.
Yeah, I know.
But you can stay. You can stay. What? I got you.
Nah, I just I had a nice time.
I really hope you can be back. The next time you come back, we're gonna play a different type of game.
Yeah.
And you're gonna enjoy it.
And it took me long to come here.
Please tell them it took you 6 months to come here. Not even 6 months, it was 8 months. We're trying to get you to the job for the past 8 months. But I love that you kept to your word. So thank you so much.
I was
really
just
appreciate it.
I was just going through the things.
It's understandable.
And things. And I was like, I don't want to come here and like bore you. And talk like this. So I just
Like
wanted,
so.
yeah, so I wouldn't think.
Also, you're not as mean as people might think you mean.
No, they mustn't get me wrong. I am mean. I'm mean.
It's okay.
I'm mean. I wasn't try it. I'm a bully.
Sure.
I'm a bully.
Until the next time, Bona, it is still the Republic of Hip Hop. Do subscribe, comment, and like. Turn on your notification bell. Also follow us on Twitter, The Drop Uncensored. Instagram, The Drop Uncensored. If you are a rising star or want to be a rising star in the hip hop industry, do email us at thedropuncensored@gmail.com. Tell your people to tell their people. Nakalizagina Rintinton, South Africa's favorite hip hop Barbie. Signing out. Follow me on all social media platforms. Rintinton, because you know I mean twice as nice. But for now, bye.
Hey, abang boy, abang code, abang toad, ila echo. Menang tembi close, got to menang tembi close.